So, in today's episode, we're going to talk about staying on top of compliance in your insurance marketing. And I don't know about you, I used to always refer to the compliance department in my brokerage firm as the production reduction department. Maybe you feel the same way. But that's our topic today. Staying on top of compliance in your marketing strategy. So let's dive in. Is your marketing strategy helping to grow your business, or are you putting your reputation at risk? For an insurance agent, compliance in your marketing is more than just a legal obligation. It is, in fact, the foundation of trust and credibility with your clients. And so a single misstep can lead to fines, lawsuits, or even the loss of your license. But compliance doesn't have to be a burden. And so we're going to give you some essential do's and don'ts today on our episode so that you can be confident when you market your services and make sure that you are staying within the rules. Now, a couple of points we're going to get into today. Number one, compliance is essential for building trust. We'll be looking at the fact that transparency is non-negotiable, that honesty in advertising is mandatory, that data privacy is a legal obligation in today's world, that you do need to respect your consumer preferences, use those approved marketing tools and materials, be sure and document everything. Don't forget, social media requires caution, and we'll talk about some compliance tools and expertise that can help. And then, of course, you want to plan for success in everything that you do. So let's dive in. Here's why compliance matters in marketing. You see, insurance marketing is one of the most highly regulated industries, and that's for good reason. Clients are relying on you to help protect their financial futures, and making transparency and honesty a non-negotiable is absolutely critical. And so regulatory bodies like state departments of insurance, the Federal Trade Commission, and the National Association of Insurance Commissioners oversee marketing practices to make sure consumers are protected. Violations can lead to severe penalties, including fines and the suspension of your license. But compliance is not just about avoiding those consequences. It's also about building a reputation for professionalism and reliability, and those are qualities that are going to keep your clients coming back. And so here are some key compliance requirements, and some of these are going to seem like no-brainers. You're going to go, well, duh, but we still need to go over these because it's amazing how many people just don't follow the rules. So some key compliance requirements. Number one, stay licensed and transparent. Make sure your license is always current in every state where you operate. Include your credentials and your affiliations in all of your marketing materials, because even small oversights like omitting a required disclosure can create big problems for you. Be honest in your advertising. What you promise in your marketing must align with reality. So be sure to avoid exaggerated claims such as guaranteed returns or lowest rates in the market. Stick to clear, factual statements that reflect your services accurately. And this is a big one today. Protect customer data. Safeguarding customer data is a legal obligation under laws like Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. Be transparent about how you collect and use customer information, and use secure systems to store data, and only collect what is absolutely necessary. And then follow do not call regulations. Respecting those consumer preferences is key to compliance. So before reaching out to prospects, check the National Do Not Call Registry and obtain explicit consent where required. Unsolicited calls without consent can lead to hefty fines. Now, here's some do's for you. Number one, educate your clients. The best marketing is educational. Help clients understand what their options are by using clear language and carrier-approved materials. Provide accurate information to build trust and strengthen your reputation as a reliable advisor. And then use approved marketing tools. Rely on templates and tools that have already been reviewed and approved by carriers or compliance teams. For digital platforms such as email and social media, ensure that your content meets all legal and ethical guidelines. And then keep detailed records. Maintain thorough documentation of your marketing campaigns. Include records of communications, email lists, and advertisements. In case of an audit, these records will demonstrate that you take compliance seriously. And then you include disclosures. Transparency is not an option for you. So clearly outline terms and conditions in your materials and disclose any affiliations or compensation where it's required. Clients are going to appreciate your honesty, and regulators demand that honesty from you. Now here's the don'ts. Don't make unrealistic promises. Avoid statements that can be misleading, like guaranteeing specific outcomes. For instance, claiming a life insurance product will double your investment in 10 years is both misleading and illegal. Focus instead on highlighting the real value of your offerings. Don't use unapproved content. It can be tempting to create your own materials, but unapproved content risks non-compliance. Always use materials that have been vetted by carriers or compliance experts. Avoid cold calling without consent. While cold calling can be an effective strategy, it's risky without having the proper permissions. So make sure you're working with updated contact lists and honoring the Do Not Call registry. Don't ignore social media regulations. Social media can amplify your message, but it can also amplify your mistakes. Avoid sharing misleading information or forgetting to include required disclaimers. A compliant social media presence should be professional, accurate, and transparent. Now, here's some examples that I want to give you. Here's a success story. One agent focused on compliance by using only carrier-approved materials and ensuring that every campaign included proper disclosures. Over time, they built a loyal client base because clients felt confident in their integrity and in professionalism. Here's an example for someone that didn't comply. Another agent ignored the rules and made exaggerated claims in their ads, leading to a regulatory investigation. They faced steep fines and lost clients who felt misled. The lesson? Compliance isn't just about avoiding penalties, it's essential for maintaining trust. Now let's talk about some of the tools and resources that are available to you for compliance. First of all, you have software. Things like Agency Block or Salesforce can help you automate compliance checks and manage client data securely. Then there are the educational opportunities. Stay informed with webinars, training sessions, and newsletters. These resources can help keep you up to date on ever-changing regulations. And then there's professional support. So you have companies that will help you align with the compliance regulations in your company. For example, here at Agent Branding and Marketing, we specialize in creating marketing strategies that align with your company's compliance regulations. Here's the steps to build a compliant marketing strategy. Number one, audit your current practices. So identify any gaps in compliance with your existing campaigns and then quickly address those. Number two, develop a clear strategy. Create a plan that aligns with regulatory requirements while reflecting on your brand's values. And then lastly, stay up to date because regulations are always changing. So regularly review your strategy to ensure that it remains compliant. In conclusion, compliance doesn't have to be overwhelming. There are a lot of resources out there to help you navigate the complexities of insurance marketing, whether that is your carrier's compliance department, whether that is the marketing agency you're working with, especially if it is a insurance-specific marketing agency like Agent Branding and Marketing. And then you have compliance audits to help you develop compliant campaigns. And so if you're ready to develop a strategy that is compliant for your agency, feel free to give us a call at Agent Branding and Marketing. We would love to have a strategy session with you. And as always, thank you for tuning in to this episode, and I look forward to talking with you again on the next episode.